Hello YouTube, it's Detroit Borg, and today is June 16th, the day after the Mac Mini, or the new Spring 2010 Mac Mini, was unveiled. Now this is the first time that the Mac Mini has received a complete cosmetic makeover. Now I did purchase this at the Apple Store, and in fact, while the Mac Mini was introduced on the 15th, it wasn't available in the Apple Store until today, the 16th. Now the Mac Mini comes standard with a 2.4 gigahertz processor with 2 gigs of RAM. I stayed with the processor, but I wanted to upgrade the RAM. Now I did do the 4 gigabyte memory upgrade, so that means the Apple geniuses at the store had to open this already. So unfortunately it has been opened. I haven't seen it yet. Now on the side you can see the specs that I have: 2.4 gigahertz, Intel Core 2 dual processor, 2 gigs of RAM, which have been upgraded as I said, 320 gigabyte serial hard drive, the Nvidia GeForce 320M graphics processor with 256 megabytes of DDR3 SD-RAM shared with the main memory, mini DisplayPort and HDMI output, which is new to the Mac Mini, HDMI to DVI adapter included. It also has an SD card slot, another feature new to the Mac Mini, FireWire 800, 4 high-speed USB 2.0 ports, which is a downgrade from the 5 that was on the previous Mac Mini. So let's slide this out. So we can see they put it back into the plastic. You have this little tab to pull it up with, just like a MacBook. So we can see the Mac Mini in its plastic. See the back ports. We see the bottom, which twists off to reveal the inside. And the sides. Sides are empty. Of course, we have the front-loading super drive. Let's put that aside and take a look what's in the box. So the Mac Mini does come with a DVI to HDMI adapter, which is quite nice. We also have the power cable, and the important thing to note here is that there is no power brick. Now the Mac Mini before had a huge power brick, so instead of a power brick, the power supply is now built into the Mac Mini. Inside we have everything Mac, so this will be the literature and installation discs. Now this has the discs in it. Let's just take the plastic off. Let's just do a little tour of it. Now this is a unibody aluminum design, so it's one piece or one block of aluminum that's been carved to fit the components. Now the top does have this black Apple logo, and this is very similar to the back of the iMac. And in the back of the iMac, this actually allows the Wi-Fi signals to pass through. So I'm assuming it does the same, but I'm not certain. And that's important because the previous generation of Mac Mini had a plastic top, which presumably allowed the signals to pass through it. On the front we see the slot for the super drive. We also have the IR sensor right here, which is sort of hidden in the slot. And we have the little indicator light. Nothing on the side. On the back we have all the ports. So we see the power port, gigabit Ethernet port, FireWire port, HDMI port, mini display port. Notice there is no DVI port, so that's why you're given that adapter, so that if you have a DVI input, all you have to do is plug it into the HDMI port. 4 USB ports, which is one less than the previous generation Mac Mini. We have an SD card slot. And we have the headphone jack and line in. Of course, on this side we have the power button. And it's kind of neat because it's curved. Everything is curved around the back like this. And instead of being white, it's now this black finish. On the bottom, we have Mac Mini. If you look up here, you'll see these orientation points. So this is orientated to lock. To unlock it, you want to move it in this direction to line up with this point. It's very easy to do. All you have to do is put your fingers in these slots and hold it firmly and twist to the left. There you go. And there's the inside. So we have the panel, which has a metal plate inside of it. The rest is plastic. Now we see the ventilation fan, which goes in the direction of the vent back here. We see the RAM chips. So if we pick these up, we can slide the RAM in. I'm not going to do that right now. Now this component has a symbol for the air port, so I'm assuming this is part of the wireless system. And we have the grate. All I have to do to put it back on is make sure that it's lined up with these dots at the top of the chassis and rotate. And it's locked back in place. Now it's interesting to point out that the bottom of the Mac Mini is sort of curved. So it curves toward this pedestal, which in effect elevates the Mac Mini off the table. Now this could be functional, it could be for cooling, it could be for radio reception for antennas like wireless or Bluetooth. Now let's compare this to the original Mac Mini. Now the original Mac Mini is actually a bit smaller from the top dimensions, so they added about an inch all around. Now if we look from the side, the old Mac Mini is quite a bit thicker. You can also see from the back that once again there are 5 USB slots. We can also see that it had a DVI connector, which has been traded for an HDMI connector on the newest Mac Mini. Of course it's white instead of black, and there is no SD card slot. And the other important difference is that despite being larger, the original Mac Mini did not contain the power supply. So in fact, this Mac Mini is quite a bit bigger than the new Mac Mini just because of the power brick. So let me go grab that and show you. So this is the power brick for the original Mac Mini. So it is quite large, and now this is gone entirely. Now there is one device that the new Mac Mini resembles more than anything, and that's the Apple TV. So let me go grab that one. Now here is the Apple TV, which is very similar in dimension to the Mac Mini. So if you look at from the side, the thickness is very similar, as are the dimensions. Of course, the back is very different. And the Apple TV also has a built-in power supply, so it doesn't have a power brick. There is a little design difference, of course. The corners are quite a bit more rounded on the new Mac Mini. Now, if you look from the side, we do see that the Mac Mini is a little thicker than the Apple TV. The original Mac Mini and the Apple TV also had a rubber foot, which was not easily removed by the user. It required putty knives and other tools, unlike the newest Mac Mini, which is very user-friendly. Unfortunately, I get a little distortion when I'm filming my TV on this camera. Well, it's asking me to set up a mouse, so let me go grab one. I have a spare magic mouse, so let me go ahead and make that connection. Okay, so I have a successful pairing. Let me go to the next step. So the audio is coming from the Mac Mini itself right now. It's not going through my speakers. Let me bring it closer to the unit so you can hear how loud the speaker is or how not loud it is. Now the next thing it's going to want me to do is set up a keyboard, and it's going to ask me if I want to restore from a previous backup or clone a different Mac. So that's what I'm going to do. And until then, this is Detroit Borg with an unboxing and setup of the new Mac Mini. Thanks for watching.